What's up, everyone? Grinch here. Welcome back to my channel. So for this video, it's gonna be a little different than the usual content I've been putting out. This video is my anniversary video. I started playing a year ago on August 8th, and I just wanted to kind of go over my arc and where I'm at and maybe what you guys can expect as far as growth when it comes to your first year mark. So, note that I don't really spend in the game. I can't afford it. Your experience might be a little different than mine depending on if you can spend money and how much money. Also, it depends on how much time you can really put in the game. So, when I first started, let's just say I had friends. Some of you may understand what I mean, some of you may not, and that's fine. I have friends help me out with resources so I could grow a little faster. After a year, I have managed to get to Bridge 23. I am currently working on my Power Station 22. It's got 9 days left. I want to show you guys my research. So if we go into battle, I started off as Walker. So the first commander I ever got that was an A or more commander was Hoodoo. And when I first started, we didn't really have YouTubers covering the game. The closest YouTuber we had was Melt, and his videos were 2 to 3 years old. They were great videos. Melt was a really good YouTuber. I really wish he would come back, even if that means I drop in views. Melt was just a really good content creator. But his information, some of it was good, and some of it was just outdated because it was so old. So I didn't really have anybody to help me out. I was nervous starting the game. I didn't really want to ask questions. I didn't want to be the noob. So you guys are kind of lucky. Right now, we've got. Now, I don't want to throw any shade on anybody that doesn't speak English. I don't watch that content, so I'm not really aware because I am an English YouTuber. But right now, we have Yoda DeWise. He's been playing, I think, since the start of the game. He makes videos. He's started to pick up a little bit in the past 6 months, but then he's slowed down the past month or two. Hopefully, he gets back into it. Yoda, if you're watching, please make content. I love watching your videos. And we also have Reggie, or Reginaldus Gaming. He does a live stream every Thursday. He was thinking about taking a break, but I guess he's not. He has an awesome live stream with veteran players come in and we just kind of talk about the game, talk about what's going on. He also has really good videos. His editing style isn't like mine. He puts a lot more into the aesthetics and I primarily just record the game, do a little edits here and there. It's just not my style. But he's another great resource. I started, I think, 2 weeks ago making videos. I would like to think that in the future I will become a good resource for players, but I didn't have that. So I started off with Walker, and I maxed Walker first. As you can see, the one good thing I had was people told me don't unlock T8. And then over time, I realized walkers weren't really it. They have utility, but it's not a great main class. So I did start putting research into infantry. I tried to main Stella. I realized that you could use. I realized that you could use T10 or T11 in a different way. So you can use Ira, for example, with T11 infantry. I didn't know all that when I first started. and I unlocked everything. So when I first started, I unlocked train for Walker, infantry, and airship, and then I did all T2, infantry attack, HB, defense. I did every single one of these as I was going along. Nobody told me not to do that. So that wasted a lot of time, it wasted a lot of resources. I made a lot of mistakes when I first started playing the game. And this video is not really about giving you guys advice. I've got a new player series for that. I've also got advanced content coming. So I'm not really telling you guys what to do or give. I'm just showing off my arc. I'm just showing off my arc, where I've gotten in a year. I've got infantry and walker fully researched. I have not started airship. I'm not sure if I'm going to do airship, but I do have the basics done. Then if we go to development, I was told to max this out, so I maxed all of this out. This is your basic development. We go into advanced battle. So I remember I first unlocked Bridge 21, I want to say 6 months ago. But unlocking Bridge 21, but putting the resources into your research lab for T9 Plus is very different when you're not spending. Once you unlock Research Lab 21, everything starts costing unlimited crystals. These are not easy to come by when you don't really spend. So this was slow going. And I don't want to say his name, but I did have a friend in a pretty popular guild help me out with cash when it came to upgrading my buildings. I want to thank you a lot. That really did help me. And this is an actual person, not a quote-unquote friend of mine. So for the past 6 months, I've been working on my advanced technology. I've gotten the basic accuracy all to level 5. I got all of my T9 and all of my HP. And then I got to the point where I had unlocked T9. And once you get to the point where you unlock T9, it is extremely difficult to get not the resources. Surprisingly, resources are only super important in the beginning and end game. But when you don't spend, the unlimited crystals is what really holds you back. So I unlocked the Chronos. My thought was I want to do something that actually deals damage. Like I said, I started off as a walker. I was a hoodoo main, which you should not be. I moved to rock because I couldn't spend, so I couldn't really afford to use higher tier troops. But once I got T10, I decided I wanted to do something that could actually deal damage. So I went with Vega. Vega's a great starting commander. He hits really hard. He has built-in... You know what, let's just jump to that before I start talking about him. So this is my Vega. He has 186, almost 187k leadership. You can use T10, and that is the Chronos. It is infantry and air mix, so you can use your Vega with Wings of Eternity as your plugin. I'm planning on using Vega for a while until I can get to DS. Once I get to DS, Vega will no longer be my main. DS will be my main. I've only got his Awakening and Breakdown at 60. I've got his Quick Replenish at 53. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to even take this to 60. I do have his Awakening turned on right now. He's pretty easy to awaken. I'm not at max, but I'm just letting it roll through. I've got 84 right now. So that's like, what is that, 42 days? And I'll get plenty of those before this expires. But yeah, Vega's a great main. He's got built-in penetration at 100%, and then the extra 20% turns into extra damage. It is only a 40% skill. That's why not a lot of people main him anymore. But for early game and mid game, and depending on what server you're on, I mean, not end game, but end game, like he hits like a truck, so he's a great commander. My gear itself isn't amazing. I've got Overlord for extra damage. I've got my Ambition, my Dual Titans, and my Devastation Helm. So you may be looking at my gems and wondering, why do I have these gems on it? So because I can't really spend, I have to try to make use of my commanders the best way I can. So this is a dual set. I use this on my Vega, and I also use this on my Sister Wolf. Currently, she has Sui gear, but when I'm fighting Reinhardt's, I put my Vega gear set on Sister Wolf because I need more, because I need my Sui gear to be leveled up more, which at this point I just can't afford to do it. Also, if you will notice on my Sister Wolf, she is an A class. At this point in time, she costs money, which I cannot put into getting her to S class. I have 45k leadership on my Sister Wolf. Nobody told me, hey, you can have a Sister Wolf with 5k leadership. I put 45k on it, not really thinking about it, and now this leadership is probably going to be stuck on Sister Wolf for a very long time. So that sucks. These other commanders, they're not really, they're just kind of placeholders. I've got a small plasma. I'm leveling up his second skill slowly. First skill doesn't matter. Got my Ira. When I can unlock T11 infantry, I will probably turn into an Ira main, but T11 infantry is quite a ways away. The gear is just random stuff that I just have that I put on so I can farm tiles. This is my Hancock. As you can see, I got him to his skills to level 41 and 40. I thought that he was going to be better than he was. He's still a great commander, but I was able to unlock Sister Wolf. So Sister Wolf does everything Hancock does, but Sister Wolf does it better. So if we look at Time and Space War, this is probably one of the most important things that I have unlocked. Getting to wave 300 is amazing. You get to unlock the Secret Merchant at wave 300. That's incredible items that you can just get for free. All right, let's go back to the research real quick. Oh, let's go to combat area before that. This is a quick one. So I do GC as often as I possibly can. I've been pretty lucky where I don't really miss a lot of GCs. When I first started, I unlocked longevity first, and then somebody said, longevity is not very good. You should either do Pioneer or Celerity Star. Longevity was when I was a rock main, and then I tried to use Sister Wolf for a while, and I used Celerity Star. Celerity Star is pretty good, but in this meta, you don't really have prolonged fights. When I switched over to Vega, I started using Pioneer, so I've been trying to crank up the levels on that. And then I had an excess of chips, so I unlocked Counter-Strike and AI1. And then we had the update that gave us the Rebel and Immortal 99. I only unlocked these two for the video, I'll probably never use them, but I had excess resources. I do not recommend you do this. I only did it because I wanted to provide content for my YouTube. So let's jump into research. Go back to advanced battle. So for me, my plan is to be an infantry main. Now, just because I'm an infantry main does not mean I can't use walker or airship, but I have to focus on one path. I cannot afford to deviate. So Rhea and Sirius will never be unlocked for me, unfortunately. Right now I'm using T10 infantry for Vega, and I will eventually go to DS. But once I can unlock the Eye of Greed, which is super expensive, I'll probably become an Ira main, and then I'll have DS as a utility commander. This is a lot of unlimited crystals, so it's going to take me quite a while to unlock this. Unless I provide you guys with some sort of Patreon system that you guys really want to give me money for. I don't foresee that coming anytime soon. I'm still pretty small. Not going to rule it out, but I'm not trying to rush to it. Let's go back to the main. No, let's go to development first. So, because I got bored of just farming a few months ago, I started putting more research into, or more resources into the advanced development. I'm currently working on the new medical equipment. Once that is done, I will unlock the hyperspace engine. Once that's at level 5, and I get, so I'm going to have 3,696 hyperspace crystals. I'll need 2,000 more, approximately, because I want to unlock force field. I'm at a point where I can fight people, so force field is pretty much a must for me. I tried to, well, I wasn't paying attention, and I was trying to fight someone on my server. I think it was a cat battle, and one of the bigger guys on the server jumped to me. I didn't have force field. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't throw my shield back up and hit me. And I lost 4 million rangers and all of my shadow matter, which kind of hurt. But that's what happens in this game. You've got to fight. You can't just sit around doing nothing all day. You can't just sit there and farm tiles. If you don't fight, or what was it Melt used to say, peace is bad for business. And I agree with that. There's a fine line between farming all day every day just because you want to grow and fighting. You've got to learn how to fight. And fighting is fun. If you lose sometimes, so what? It's a game. You should be fighting. You should have fun. Personally, I try to make people mad. Some of you watching might know me in game, some of you might not. But if you don't know me in game, let me tell you, I am purposefully trying to make you mad at me. It's a game. Let's have fun. Let's fight. Send me your hate mail. I love it. I may come across as a peaceful guy on YouTube, but I am not. I will fight you. And if I lose, I lose. That's what it is. Let's go to talent. So I was fortunate enough to get some wormhole crystals. I unlocked the first section, and then I only had enough crystals to get 2, so I decided to go to the infantry route. As you can see, I'm at 200 of 600, so it's going to be a minute. Hopefully, if I can place, at least second, I can get a couple packs, I can start unlocking more of this. Getting the free packs to unlock talents and getting unlimited crystals for research would be the biggest thing for me when it comes to the content creator program that is going on right now. Not sure when you're watching this video, but if you're watching this video, there's a content creator program going on where if you place top 3, you get in-game packs. That would help me out because I can't really afford them. But if I wanted to go beyond that, which would take a while, I do have to unlock the rest of this module before I can move on to the third. The third is going to be quite a ways away for me. But you got to work with what you got, and this is what I got. And after a year, I'm pretty proud of what I have. I did not buy this Ark. I built this from scratch. I feel pretty good about it. So, like I said, I'm currently working on buildings slowly but surely. What I really want is to get to Forge Ship 22. Now, I don't have the ability to craft any advanced blueprints, but I'm hoping by the time I can get to Forge 22, I'll have the ability to craft those items. So if we jump into craft, let's go advanced. Before I get to the items, this is what I have to do as a free-to-play player. I have to convert shadow matter and pure crystals into unlimited crystals. This is very time-consuming, and it sucks. Like I said, I lost all of my shadow matter, so this is really hindering. Well, it's not really hindering my growth, because even if I could craft all of these, it wouldn't be enough to really start cranking out more buildings. But it is good to build this stuff. It costs cash. Trust me, when you get to the year mark, resources are really not a big deal. It's the unlimited crystals and the hyperspace crystals, and actually the speed ups that suck the most. Resources you'll be able to get very quickly, and depending on what kind of person you are, you can get people to help you with resources. That's not a big deal. So let's scroll down. These are the items that I really want. Like I said, I don't even have the blueprints for it, but if I could get alcades for... I'll probably have a DS before I can even make an alcade. But once I get the alcade, it's going to cost the Swallow, Wild Rose, 3 Apocalyptors. Apocalyptors are easy. Wild Rose and Swallow will be the ones I really need. But yeah, these items are great. I would love to be able to craft them. Fortunately, I cannot. There's a few items in here that I will never be able to own unless Odad sees this video and says, you know what, let me send 7-8 grand to your PayPal so you can get Broken Fortress and Sunraven sets because I just have so much money. Odad, if you're watching, I'm not saying no, but if you wanted to send me some money to unlock some of these items, I would not say no. So, let's go back to, before I do this, I don't think there's anything in here you guys can't see. One thing that... So before I talk about GGM, I didn't mention this earlier, but as you can see, I am at 102 million power. Actually, let's look at that. I don't really fight. I didn't fight for a very long time, so my PvP battles are pretty low. But if we look at the power, I have 4.7 million commander power, 21 million soldier power, 30 million building power, and 44 million technology power. If you are looking at someone and you want to hit them, this is important to kind of look at what they have and compare it to yours. So when I'm looking at someone and they have 55 million building power. I know that they have maxed out all of their buildings, which means two things. Either they've been playing much longer than me, or they've spent money. You can, and I'll be making videos later about how to read into these things, because I feel like this is important to know. Different tips and tricks. So when you're reading into commander power, you know what your commander power is, you know what level your skills are, you know how much leadership you have. So you can judge that based on what they have. If someone has significantly less tech power than you, but they have building power, commander power, and soldier power, 9 times out of 10, they're a Reinhardt main. So this is important to know. It doesn't mean everything. As a 100 million power player, I have beaten 200 million power plus people because they're stupid. They they think they know how to play the game. They put a lot of money in the game. Their ego takes control, and they think that they can just bully me, and that's not what happens. So power is important, but it does not mean everything. So let's show my troops first. I apologize. I do have ADHD. My brain tends to bounce around. But so as you can see, I've got 17 million Rangers. I've got 81,000 bombers. Some of you may be confused about this. Bomber is the best way to deal damage to the Imperial fort. I've got 27 Death Angels, 3,914 Kronos. My T11 are box troops. Jump over to walkers. This is just from power events. Got 900 Gaia. That is for my sister wolf. Also, nobody told me to, if you can't afford the boxes you want, don't waste the boxes. So I have 3 T10. Once again, making another mistake. Most recently, I've gotten Planewalkers from the last box troop event. I also got Void Skaters. So these are for my sister wolf, and then the Planewalkers and Infantry are for Sui, which we kind of covered. I can't really Sui, but I do have them now just in case. And if we go to airship, I've got, this is just from daily building hummingbirds. And then I did have Genesis, but I converted them over to T10 infantry during one of the 2-for-1 troop events. And I don't have any box troops for this yet. But as I was going to go over GGM, I wanted to say that depending on if you are free to play or a very lower spender, it also depends on how much time you put into this game to how close you can get to my power, whether it's less than, equal to, or maybe a little bit more. I spend more time than I would probably like to admit playing this game. It has slowed down since I have started YouTube, because recording videos and editing just takes time. And I think I'm at a place now where I don't need to really spend a lot of time on this game. But nonetheless, spending time will help you advance. If you put in the time, you can get the different resources, you can save them up. But GGM has been a really good way to get resources. You might be wondering, what do I mean by that? So if you do this every weekend, depending on how many resources you want to spend on this, you can get some pretty good items. So I think I've gotten ballet step. I haven't gotten any of those. I've gotten a couple energy stones, some 30-day speed ups, a couple IntelliBots, some magazine racks because I thought that was the biggest thing ever. I was very wrong. So lately, I haven't really been spending a lot of time on GGM trying to get rewards. I do them every week. I haven't started this week yet, but the random A commanders are pretty much what I'm going for. I'll probably get 50,000 points this weekend. I'll throw 32k into the random A commander. I'll win that, and then I'll get some extra melange. So the reason why I'm at least doing this every week is also to get the munitions. Let's find the munitions. Nope, that's not it. There we go. So I don't really try to get these munitions, at least for the past, I want to say 5 months. If I get them, I get them. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. So I've got 171 munitions saved up. So if I ever do get a bunch of excess gold by some mystical way, where I want to start trying to crank out to get like Geist stones, for example, I can just use the common munitions anytime I want to skip past all of those. It's a great thing to just have on hand. So if we look at commanders, let's scroll all the way up first. So if you are new playing and you don't really spend, my advice is to save and save and save and save. You do not have to participate in every event. I've got 90 ether coins because the last holiday event, I did not spend them. I just collected. There was nothing really for me to spend them on. I wanted more UC and HC. Unfortunately, I missed that day. I wasn't going to spend them on resources, so I saved them. There's nothing wrong with saving your stuff. I don't have honor medals. I think I just spent like 60k on A cards trying to get S IRA. I got 1 IRA, so now I'm 4 away from getting IRA to S. In previous events, I've picked up domestication potions virtually for free. These are always good to have on hand for when you want to domesticate. I've got 26k shining medals. These are just accumulating. I have the plugins that I want on my commanders that I actually use. I don't feel like a need to waste these on plugins just to have plugins. So I'm saving them. You never know. Some crazy update might come out where they give everyone 100,000 hyperspace crystals for 26,735 shining medals. You never know. Well, I do know it's not going to happen, but ether energy, I've got 49, trying to get to 80. Limited crystals is from crafting. Bots, save your bots. Use your bots to get more bots. There will be a video later on how to use bots, how to upgrade gear, but save your bots. Pick up your energy stones when you can. You're going to need these. Just because you need resources doesn't mean you have to open these boxes. You can save them. As you can see, there's no rush for me to get these blueprints because I can't even craft them. I don't spend more resources than I can afford to get blueprints. I will passively get them whenever I get them. It's not that big a deal. Um, these are from the conquest medals and the pass points. Those are from Cassitan. We scroll down. Commemorative coins, those are from anniversary events, I believe. You don't have to use them. You can save them for next year. Same thing with Crimson Flames, fireworks, salutes. You can save all of this stuff. This is points from the last what was it? The last Summer Wars event. I didn't use them. Basically what I'm saying the long way is just because you have something doesn't mean you have to use it. We go to equipment. I've got 900 chests. I could get one of the items. I don't want to. I am waiting for fire spirits. That's what I really want. So I'm not going to waste my chests. And then Seven Pirates decides, hey, we're going to give a fire spirit event. And now I don't have the super equipment chests for them. Also, we have, the cargo hold. There we go. If you are a new player and you have not watched my previous videos, the cargo hold is amazing. It gives you free gold. Free gold is the best thing in the world for everybody, especially new players. Please have your investments going at all times. Sometimes you'll get down to 500 gold and you'll be running out of shield and boom, an investment pops. So, I mean, that's about it when it comes to my Ark, where I've gotten in a year. Hopefully I'm still playing in another year for my 2-year mark. I don't see why I wouldn't. I'm really enjoying this game. It's a lot of fun. I may not be as big as other people, but I can cause a little bit of damage every now and then. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I enjoy making them. They're fun for me. I enjoy spreading my knowledge and helping out other players. I would appreciate a like and subscribe if you feel the need to do so. Before we end this video, if you have never watched Melt, I suggest you go to his channel. At least watch some of his videos. He was really entertaining. This might be the only video where I do this, but in honor of my 1-year mark, in honor of Melt helping me when I first started, hopefully I'm helping you. We are going to do a release 1. He used to do this all the time. It's the free release. So what he did is he asked in the comments, post what you think the release is going to be, the name of the commander, and we'll see what it is. I think it's going to be Rock. So let's see what we got. Rock. That is not Rock. Well, hold on. Look, Rock. I was completely correct. I am a god. I am the best YouTuber. Bow before the Grinch. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoy the other series I'm doing. I'm out.